my side of the bed was human fecal matter.
Gotcha, bitch!
So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there. It was so bizarre and so grotesque that I could only laugh. So I did not go down there that day.
So, ladies and gentlemen, basically what he described was he was sent a picture from one of his staff members that monitors his home, that this woman had taken a dump on his pillow and on the mattress of his side of the bed and left it there. The same woman, I'm on my Dr. Umar shirt. The same woman who in 2018 wrote an op-ed piece in the Washington Post about the Women's Rights Act of 1994 and how the powers in that act need to be expanded. And my question is, expanded to what? To just outright convicting men right away as soon as they get accused without any court process at all? How much further can you expand on that legislation? Now, I want to make one more final point before I end this. And before I do, I want to preface it by saying I'm going to bring up race, right? But not in the traditional, victim standpoint. White men, I blame this all on you. Why? Not necessarily because of racism or white supremacy, although you could throw that in there and you could make a valid argument that it's based on that. But I just want to give you guys this piece of advice. Because I'm a student of history. I love history. And throughout, if you pay attention to history, you'll notice there's power dynamics, right? Certain groups are in power for hundreds of thousands of years. Then it shifts to another group, then it shifts to another group, then it shifts to another group. Right now, Western white men, in particular, American white men, have had the keys to basically 70% of the universe for the past 200 to 300 years, like completely, right? And in the last 100, it's been most specifically in the hands of white American men. How did y'all fuck this up? How did y'all fuck this up? The 60s was a revolutionary time where black folks who, I would say you could argue just to keep it politically correct, but I would say for a fact, in my opinion, black folks built this country. But to be politically correct, I'll say arguably, you could argue that black folks built this country. So our plight in the 60s was relevant. But there was a certain sector of white society that used that struggle, pretended to be our friend, and watered it down with the women's liberation movement. And the other side didn't see it coming and got played, right? When I said the other side of white society. Now look what we have. Y'all could have just gave us what we supposed to get. We could have minded our business. We'd have been doing good. Y'all have been doing good. But now the watering down of black folks simply wanting a piece of the pie that they built has turned into this feminist led power grab that you can't control at this point. You can't control it. American society used to be based on logic to a certain degree. It used to be rooted in masculine energy, which you could argue was better off for us all, because even when you're talking about the Reagan era or the Nixon era or prior to that, there was racism, people were fighting back and forth. You could have just fixed racism. But then you decided to fix something that wasn't broken by giving women all this power. And now they've taken that power, and I'm not talking about all women, I'm talking about feminists. They've taken all this power and they've morphed it into a society that is based on feelings. And when I say feelings, I don't even mean genuine feelings. It's based on however I feel today, that's how it's gonna go. And look at us now. We're at the point now where you guys are basically giving away the keys to society to a fringe group of women who have now used that, propagandized it, and now we're at the point in life where the sun isn't the sun and the moon isn't the moon. The sun is whatever you feel like it is, and the moon is whatever you feel like it is.